When removing the electric power steering motor of the 2011 Hyundai Elantra or other similar models, you want to aim to take off the body screws that are black, not the motor case screws, motor cover screws, which are gray. It is possible to take the black screws off without removing the steering column, partially removing the steering column, but you need a very specific length of extension and T20 bit that perfectly matches from the top of the motor housing down to the steering column bottom mount. I have this extra 1/4 inch or a little bigger, and that keeps me from being able to remove the black screws, the black mounting screws, while the steering column is all the way up. In order to, pretty much the only thing that you need to disconnect when replacing the electric power steering motor coupler is the airbag connector. If you want to be extra safe, you could disconnect the battery in the car and then wait for a bit to disconnect the airbag connector. And the second thing that you need to disconnect is way down here. Don't need to disconnect this. Don't need to disconnect the ignition cable, but you do need to disconnect the place that the ignition cable harness loom connects to the frame, and this module connector. You don't really need to disconnect anything else. If you're removing the whole steering column, it would be helpful to lay maybe a 4x4 here and put the weight of the steering wheel onto the 4x4. Here's a substitute 4x4. Something even bigger would be helpful. Maybe 2 of these. Just stack a bunch of crap here. This will drop down onto this. The steering column is really heavy. It's pretty heavy. And all the weight can possibly go on that large harness that was up there. Once again, the location of the